Hi, everybody. My name is Rick, and this is the Rick and Crystal Show. Wanted to, well, I didn't want to make this video. I can tell you that. Uh, it's Wednesday, March 10th, 2021, and this is my testimony video. This is my witness video. This is what it's all about. I just feel with my life experiences, my jobs, and my reading and my watching, and watching documentaries, reading books, magazine articles, newspapers, staying informed, growing and learning. I think I've got a lot to offer. So I think I do. I want to tell you about myself. My name's Rick. The stuff, hi, my name's Rick. I'm an alcoholic, right? No, I don't buy into that. It's a struggle for people with addictions and these desires, these lusts, and everything. Like for me, it was alcohol. After a while, it became beer, and the lighter drugs. But after a while, that became just marijuana. So, for a good part of my life, I struggled with alcohol and marijuana abuse and addiction and whatever you want to call it. It took a toll on me physically, and you know how these things are. They divert money that could have been spent on other things and time, and of course the alcohol. I think everyone's in agreement. People that drink, overdrink, whatever you want to call it, usually there's arguments and fights and disagreements. I just, like for me, I think I've been sober. Let's see, it'd be this year, this fall would be like 7 years sober. Since I quit drinking. It's not a big deal. It just drinking is very bad for me and detrimental. It destroyed my career. As a truck driver, and I did that for years and years. I raised my kids like that, and I only drink on Fridays. I'd work all week and just come home and drink on Fridays, and eventually I became a single parent. My wife passed away, and I would still do that. I'd work all week and clean the house, take care of the kids, yada yada. But on Friday nights, just uncontrolled drinking at home. I thought I was doing the good thing, but being the safe thing. But I think the drinking is like a lot of things and sins. It never just goes to a certain point and stops. It just goes and evolves. And some of these things eventually they take your life, or they take other people's lives, or they cause physical harm to yourself, drugs and alcohol. But like eventually I got a DUI. I decided, it was smart to go out in my pickup truck and drive down the road to the gas station or whatever. And I got pulled over and got a DUI. And that was the end of my trucking career. And, a lot of depression and regret. And, it was tough. I remember the first job I got after that was at a clothing store. I sold men's suits. That was really but I did. I was pretty good at it, but it was so it was so stressful. A lot of anxiety. It was like a shark, pull of sharks. Anyway, after that, I did a couple jobs. I worked, here and there, and my health declined, and now, I'm in like what you call early retirement. I'm not 60 yet, but I just got to where, with the arthritis and my surgeries and emphysema, and there's not many jobs I can do, especially trucking anymore, or any physical jobs or factory jobs. And I'm Rick with high school education, so it only gets me so far. But I'm happy with early retirement. I think it gives me time to reflect on things and grow. Like me, I plan on growing in my church, and I encourage anybody to do that. Follow the truth. That's what I do. I just believe in a creator. I just find it absurd not to believe in that. And then when you do that, when you step across that line, you believe in a God and a creator. It's just mind blowing. It really is. I think, we live in this world. It's almost like the Matrix to me. We live in this world, and we think this is real and that's real, and my hands, and we feel pain and we die from diseases and accidents, and it's real to us. And then we understand from holy text, the Bible, and even these other religions, that there's another world, an afterlife, a heaven, a hell, limbo, all this other stuff, and then people have experiences. They have supernatural experiences, and it gives evidence to that. And I don't know. For me, it's just something inside, the spirit or the soul, and it happened to me. I years ago, I got on my knees and prayed and accepted Christ, and I felt washed and cleansed, and I felt really great, and I wanted to follow God. But then I fell right back into drinking, and my experience is drinking and drugs, they like put a blanket between you and God. I don't know if he listens to you. I don't know if he refuses to listen to our prayers. But my experience is when I was smoking pot, it's pretty hard to pray. You lose the desire. And so I just think stuff like that subtly creeps in, and it just pulls you away from the light or the truth, which is God, and it just pulls you into other sins, Just name a sin, sexual sins or gambling or the occult or alcohol or any kind of drugs. I want to get that out there, but, I grew up in a small town, and my parents divorced, when I was 15 or 16, and of course, it was traumatic, when you look back on it, and moved to a big city. Everything that could happen happened to me. Robbed, beaten up, assaulted, everything, ripped off, and you learn over time, And for me, my prime years, I think, growing up, the years when it kind of makes you who you are, I think it was like 76 to 86. I know it's crazy. It's like a Carter era presidency and Reagan era presidency, right? But that's what I remember, and I have good memories too, but I also have a lot of bad memories, yeah. I'm like some men and women out there, I never met my father. He got my mom pregnant and took off. Never met him, and I had a stepdad, and I don't know, for better or worse, I don't know, he wasn't that great, but I saw my mom go through all the struggles that she went through, and made her the person she did. What I wanted to touch on was my faith. The things that have happened to me have made me who I am now, and have brought me where I am. And I think at this point in my life, I want to grow. I want to follow God, and I want to not just be a better person, I want to change inside, because I've always believed this, in another dimension, other dimensions, the supernatural. When we pass away, where we're going to go, and I believe the truths are in the Bible, and it's deep. And I don't think it's fanciful either. I think it's very, very intellectual. I mean, it's mind blowing, the Bible. If you just read it, first you got to look at it like every word's meant to be there. There's no mistakes. There's no fluff, no filler. Like some books you're like, la-di-da-di-da, and he had a ruffled shirt on and a blouse, and he brushed his sword in the air, and you know what I mean. It's like there's no filler in the Bible. It's every word is there, and you got to remember it was probably in Hebrew, and then the Septuagint was in Greek, translated to Greek, and we look at so much stuff like that, like these pastors tell us, through the modern lens of Western civilization, and we got to understand, this is written thousands of years ago with Hebrews, and it's mind blowing. It really is, it's mind blowing. But yeah, I want to get to that point, the caring and compassion and love, because this world, like a couple years ago before I got my DUI and went to counseling and went to jail and paid fines, and because the state we live in, if you get a DUI, if you're just pulled over, get a DUI, go to jail, it's like you shot puppies. I'm serious. I mean, it's, I swerved in my lane. I was the only vehicle on the road. The police officer pulled me over, and I did the test, fell off the jail, and went, right? And paid for my crime. But good Lord, I mean, it's, I don't have my license now because I had it for a year with the Bay thing you blow into, and then That's when I had health problems. I lost my job. The last job I had a few years ago. One of the last jobs. But that bay thing's just a pain in the butt. In the winter, it freezes up and you can't blow in it. You got to pull off the side of the road and warm it up, and that's just. And when you have your car worked on, they won't shut it off or take it out, so it's beeping while your car's up. And that happened to me once. You had to lower the vehicle off the lift so I could blow into the bay because it checks on. And here's the thing: you have to blow into it to start your vehicle, right? That makes sense, right? But like every 5 to 10 minutes, it beeps and you have to blow into it again. And it has to be negative, clean response. It does it throughout. It'll when you park the car, it'll beep. And if you don't blow into it, it's a violation. And it's just crazy. And then when I went to get it renewed, I said, like, jump this hoop and this hoop. And I said, I had no offenses. I had no accidents, no traffic offenses, nothing. I had this thing for 11 months, To me, it's a headache, Right now, I don't think I could sit through these hearings, the little hearings that you have to go through to get your license back. I'm just fed up. I'm full of anger with these people, They make it so hard to get your license. I lost my career, and I know I'm whining, but I know, and I'm done. But I lost my career and dignity and everything else over this, and a lot of stuff, and still don't have my life. But it seemed to me my sins were pride and addictions, so forth. We all go through that. When I was a young man, I was all I could think about was sex, right, and girls, and the marijuana is a big part. I learned early on you have to pass a drug test to get a good job, and I was a truck driver, so I quit smoking weed, and that's where the alcohol came. I had to replace something because for a person like me, when I don't do anything whatsoever, I'm just totally clean and sober. It gives me more energy. I'm more creative. I have more ideals, and I want to do more things. And in the past, sometimes, and I think this, if you have any kind of alcohol or drug-related problems or any kind of problems, when you stop doing that, you have this energy, and which is great, for a while. Then after a couple of days, you're like, boy, it'd be nice to have a beer. Boy, it'd be nice to have a joint. You start thinking, and that's where you start going off the right path. But anyway, I just wanted to say that these videos that Crystal and I are going to put up later on, we're going to talk more about ourselves. But we're all on this journey together, just trying to get through life, and it's bad out there. It really is. I mean, you walk out the door, any second you could die. Someone could fall on you. I mean, we're pretty fragile. You could trip and fall on the concrete, the pavement. You could fall off a bicycle. You could hit by a car. I mean, it's crazy how fragile we are in this world, and we're only going to have so many decades to live here. And I think, I want to find my purpose in life, and I want to follow that path to God, and I don't want to put a man on a pedestal or a woman. I want to follow Christ, when it comes to love and compassion and caring for people and forgiving, because I'm like everyone else in the world, leave me alone and I'll leave you alone. Don't take any of my stuff. I won't take any of yours. Just get away from me. I got my blinders on. I want to be more human. Look at people as humans instead of obstacles to get around, right? But I'm done. I find that very rude. But I'm done, and I think let's take this journey together. And it's prophetic time. Everything that's going on in the world. Trump was president, now President Biden. I mean, it's just crazy what's going on in the world. But so many things, And if you go on YouTube, and I go in there all the time, every day, to check my favorite sites. There's so much stuff going on. But that's all I want to say right now. We're on this journey together, and you guys take care, and we'll just go through this together.